Hi everybody, welcome back to the stream. It's Dustvale. We have just had the gang here do some combat partially with a demigod known as Titan and partially with somebody over here who is just named 4 question marks. A woman in particularly nice looking armor which now has 2 bloodied looking holes in it. The huge form, sand form, humanoid form of Titan lets the sandstorm around him drop and remains now just a huge kind of man, roughly human man form. An enormous hand reaches down, engulfs Carlias, and begins to lift him up. Do you want to try and escape or anything, Carlias, or are you going to let him do it?
Yeah, can I try and escape?
Yeah, you can give me a strength or an athletics or an acrobatics check will do just then. Unfortunately, you are not strong enough to prise open one of these now. So these huge sand fingers form around you, and when you try and like push at them with your relatively probably decent dwarven strength, they feel more like boulders now. They don't feel like actual sand, which you can just like push and away. It's hardened. And the thing grips you. It doesn't crush you or anything like that. It lifts you up in front of its face. Now you, a tiny little form lifted up in front of it, it speaks to you, although it doesn't open its mouth and speak outside. You hear it as it speaks to you telepathically in common and says,
Drek, this is your name.
What in tarnation are you?
The stone, the armor, who?
Would I have an idea what he's meant talking about? Or?
I mean, do you have an idea what he's talking about? Then what do you do?
Listen, I think you got the wrong guy, buddy.
The form of Titan just begins to shrink, but melt, I guess is what it would look like to everyone as the sand just rains down. The fist that's sort of grabbing you is the last thing to disappear as this thing just rains sand into the ground, and then the hand relatively softly, but like still pretty rough. You know, if you were like a very frail old woman, this wouldn't be kind, but you're a relatively tough gunslinger. Just kind of last thing to disappear as Titan completely vanishes around all of you and disappears from here. The train continues to slowly disappear, but there's just absolutely no remnant of Titan other than all of the sand, which is now inside of the cabin of the train. We're technically out of combat unless you guys want to fight stuff more.
It's just turn on each other.
It's entirely up to you.
Throw the box at
Has
Arnold.
the woman in your party reacted?
The ninjas are backing off, I guess. The woman
do I get an
disappeared.
Do I get an action before one of them backs off?
Yeah, you can. You can do something.
Okay, I'd like to fire again.
Give me that shot.
Okay. Where is it?
This is another nat 20, I swear to God.
Pretty good.
Pretty close.
Give me the damage.
And I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike
Ooh,
as
nice.
a follow-up
Yeah.
bonus action.
You fire again. There's a crack from like once all this sand disappears and rains down around you. This terrible like rain of sand smacking against the top of the train. Carlias suddenly just whoa, your stomach probably goes as you're lowered very quickly to the ground, and then you roll off to one side, and then a crack echoes out again from the other side of the train. The bullet hits its target. Either one of these guys, you want to hit one in particular, left or right?
Doesn't matter. I'll hit the guy on the right.
Hits him. What does Ensnaring Strike do and look like?
as Raja's taking the shot, he just waves his hand over the gun, and when the bullet hits the guy, just vines come ripping up out of the ground to find that bullet and wrap around the guy and start holding him onto the ground.
Yeah.
It's restrained unless he makes a strength save.
Cool. Yeah, so that guy in particular is now completely ensnared and shot. Anyone else want to do anything else? Giving you all a free action to just do something if you want.
Also running towards them, like for as much as my movement gives me.
Yep, free to do that.
Yeah, I would like to try and repeat my action before when I was rooted. But I may be buried in sand.
No, you're good. Everybody that was trapped,
Okay.
all of that sand is gone, or at least it's not gone. It's just
It's
sand
below
now.
us
It's
now.
just, yeah, unanimated sand.
So yeah, let me take a look at where the those dudes are. So they're still on the rock, or have they taken flight?
You can see one of the ninjas backing up.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get over here, and I think I'll take a shot at the woman.
You can't see her. I think like 'cause
okay.
your
Has
line
she
of sight
fallen?
would be that. So I think this is about, what did I say, 70 feet, 60 feet? We'll say 60 feet. 60 feet up. So you're probably going to struggle to like, well, it's a bit much. Oh, there we go.
Gotcha.
Like I don't
so-
think you can see anyone that would be laying down up there.
Gotcha. Right. Yeah, if she's laying down, I likely can't. Well, I'm gonna go for the same ninja
He
that
is
I saw
also
take a hit.
laying down. He was ensnared
Oh,
to the
he's
ground.
down. Alright, I'll go for this other ninja.
Yeah, you can see one ninja like about to fuck off and run.
I
Okay.
was about to say, don't you kill my prisoner.
Oh yeah, right. I'm gonna try and tag him in the leg here. Stop his progress.
All right, yeah, go for it. That's a hit. Give me the damage. You pop an arrow in his knee. You see him spin, oof, and then there's a collapsing kind of noise as he hits the deck. He has an arrow in his knee. He is also completely down, I guess, for now. And then Raja is running over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna give chase as well.
Cool.
So let's see. What is my move? We can move on to the next person, I think, while I figure out how many squares I can move here.
Well, like these guys are not hostile right now, so you are. I'm gonna say you're out of
Sort of out of combat. Okay.
combat.
Sure.
You know that there's some peeps up there, and you're free to just move freely. Like you can head over there. It's probably gonna take you guys a little bit. Is anyone doing anything on the train? Arden, you're like hidden under a under a thing, under a desk, under a table with a box. There's a sleeping, massive, barbaric-looking sandwalker there. Doing anything?
I'm just gonna peek my head out and see if everything's calmed down, and then I'll, if Arnold's not awake, I'll just walk back up to see if Kenneth and my other teammates are fine.
Yeah, everything, like, you would probably have been able to notice, like, that the towering form of Titan has gone and the sandstorm has stopped. Though it is now, I would say it's now pretty much full dark. Anybody who doesn't have night vision is going to want to light a torch and stuff like that. I can probably...
I'll light a torch.
Probably turn on darkness. Let's see what sort of horrific damage this does, because I don't know if I set this up.
If there's any place for a torch nearby or lighting, I'll just put the torch there. Oh God.
Darkness. All right, I'll give you all your lights. Oh, you don't have lights? Why did I not set these tokens up? What am I? I'll give you lights so you can see, but just see your tokens. Can you see your tokens? Even
I
without...
can see
See
I can see
myself
mine.
and then nothing but pitch black.
I'm gonna flip on the headlights
Hey, that you can do.
and slowly like work on getting the train back in motion that way.
Yeah. All right, I'll do the headlight in a second. What does a Kenku have for dark vision? Probably nothing, right?
They probably have
Yeah,
dark
maybe.
vision. Like
Yeah.
everyone has dark vision except humans.
Yeah.
Do crows see
I
in the
don't
dark though?
They are not nocturnal.
Hmm.
Where the hell is Carlias? Where are you at, my boy?
I'm at the rock behind the ninjas.
Oh damn, you quick, boy. Oh, apparently you have dark vision. Oh, probably because you're a dwarf, and I probably must have set it up that way. I don't know why I did that. Okay.
Tell you what I do have though. I've got a hooded hooded lantern.
Yep, that'll do. If you're all lighting torches and stuff, then you can see.
Yep.
Also, the train does some clever bullshit that I can't remember how to do, but I'm going to do it anyway because I want to. So angle would be 90. Is this correct? Oh my god. I can't remember how to do the angle. Do you remember how to do the angle?
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, just like that. You would make the angle 45 to go that way, right?
Yeah, I think so. Oh no,
That's a 90-degree turn.
Sorry,
That
I'm
is some
fucking with Roll20
fancy
now because I
bullshit.
just get to fuck with Roll20 a bit, but I've never actually done it. No, I don't know what that does. That's the degree of the angle. And then
Or are you using an object?
yeah,
Just rotate the object.
I can't. It's the train.
Oh.
Just wanted to attach it to the train. Oh, fuck it. Never mind. We'll just give the train for now. We'll give some light.
Just draw on.
But I'm gonna learn this because I think that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that'll be
Like
cool.
this.
Is there some way to add a light effect for my lantern as well?
Can I not draw on the map?
Yeah, you can draw on the fucking map and ruin it forever with that stupid Roll20 bullshit that it does.
At least draw a penis. Come on.
Oh shit! I didn't realize I actually drew that. My bad. I thought it was
Oh goody.
Oops.
Oh goody.
Oh god. How do I get it? Where is it? God, I can't find it. Hold on.
I don't see anything around us right
Did
now.
that get rid of it?
I don't see anything around us, Dre.
Yeah, I just looked at the stream and I was drawing yellow across our Kenku's vision, Lash's vision. There we go. It just kept disappearing, and I was like, "Why is it disappearing?" But
Yeah, no, it's really hard for the DM to delete player drawn lines because you have to like select all, but then you end up just deleting the map and shit. And it's really annoying. Okay, sorry, that was a weird interruption just because I got sidetracked by what Roll20 can do, because I know it can do really cool shit like that, and I really don't exploit the amount of money I pay for this website to do cool things. That's irrelevant when we can just use our minds. A light turns on at the front of the train and kind of, yeah, you just, it lights up a fairly decent portion of the track ahead, as well as some of the peak on which the woman and these two ninjas were stood. Arden appears after running in heroism and not cowardice to another part of the train with the box. You've got the box with you?
Yep.
Kenneth and just Kenneth. Kenneth, what are you doing?
making sure the train moves forward instead of backwards.
You can make the train go forward. All right, so yeah, you can just work on that. The train comes to a slow stop and then begins to go forward. I feel like you can just drive trains now. I don't know why you like you'll need.
I'll wake up the driver
He's
as
pretty
well.
smart.
You'll need.
You have gained
you'll-
proficiency.
I feel like you
vehicles.
have. Yeah, you add proficiency trains. I feel like you're okay to do that.
And
now.
I wrote it down in my notes to remember that I rolled a nat 20.
I think that's fair enough. You rolled a nat 20 on like, can I drive a train question, and I said roll. So yeah, you are aware though that you'll need two people. It's a two-man job because somebody needs to do the coal and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm waking up the driver then.
The
Yeah, if you
driver
can't wake
will
up the
not wake
driver.
up for another 8 hours.
Jeez.
Ray of
All right,
no.
I'll
No.
I feel like we sort of covered
Ray
that.
of
Yeah.
fuck you.
yeah, I'll put some gloves or something on and start shoveling coal.
Ray of Hobo.
The Ray of Hobo.
Ray of
Ray of Tato.
Whoopsie.
In that case, let's follow the other few over here. This is a 60-foot perfect like cylinder out of the ground. There's no obvious way up. There's no ladder or rope or anything that these guys climbed up. But you do know that on top of it are these 3 people, and they're like down. You can probably hear some scrabbling from one of them, kind of like a muffled like, oh my knee. There's probably another one saying like, I can't move. No third voice. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I was just, I guess, looking around to see if there's any like handhold or foothold or anything chiseled in the side of this thing, like how they climbed up.
Yeah, give me a nature or an investigation check or a perception check, whichever is higher. I think all of those would be fair. Looking about, you feel like you could make your way up using some of the more natural handholds, but there isn't any really obvious way up that it looks like they would have used. It's just like, oh, you could get up. I guess you could climb up that side, or I could climb up that side and then jump over to that and then make it up. It wouldn't be the easiest climb in the world, but it's doable in a almost anyone could do it, really, as long as they don't really fuck it up. But yeah, there's no like really obvious way. There's no like pitons or anything that they've climbed up with.
I don't know if this helps me at all, but my fighting style includes +1 AC while not wearing heavy armor or shield, and no penalty to speed while swimming or climbing. I don't know if that helps me out, but I'm gonna try and climb the thing.
Yeah, that just means that you can climb quickly. If you, I think it means you just take your normal movement when climbing, because I think climbing is difficult terrain, but I might be wrong. Someone will correct me.
Normally, it's referring to in combat. It means I can just basically run up the wall without slowing down. I don't know if it actually makes it easier to succeed on a climbing attempt or not.
I normally just allow you to climb up shit freely and have it as part of your movement.
Okay.
It, like deleted from your movement, I guess, depending on unless it's like 200 feet or something mad.
Got it.
So you do like a couple of Assassin's Creeds up the side, and Lash.
I'm kind of I've made my way over. Raja, I do have some climbing gear. I have, let's see, well, I have 50 feet of rope, and I have 10 pitons. Could we use this?
Raja is probably already halfway up.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
He's gonna hear yelling this and go, feel free to do that, as he just starts climbing. As he starts climbing without it, and then like tucking the revolver into his shamog that he's wearing, and then saying to Carlias as he climbs, "If I die falling off this thing, make sure that doesn't go on my tombstone." As he gets up towards the top of it.
Yeah. Lash, you could probably climb this really easily as well, to be honest.
Cool. Okay.
If you want to just climb.
I'll be. I'm gonna start scrabbling up.
Carlias?
Yeah, he's gonna try and climb.
Trying to climb up? You can give me an athletics check. Or an acrobatics check, whichever is higher for you, I guess.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you climb up fine. You don't do it probably with as much finesse as the other two with their climbable proficiencies. They're just like they do it every day, like Spider-Manning up the side of this thing. You are just like, you know. You're a dwarf, so you have little stubby legs. So in future, I'm going to give you disadvantage to any climbing. Yeah, all 3 of you make it up to the top. Once you get up there, there is only 2 people. There's the 2 ninjas. The armored woman appears to be gone. There are a couple of blood splashes in the general area where she was stood more towards the front. However, the 2 ninjas are completely there. These look exactly the same as the 2 or the few that you'd seen on the train, just wrapped in like basic black shawls and basic cloths, and single kind of elven thin blade on one hip, but one of them is just on the ground gripping his leg. The arrow is coming sharply through the top of the thigh, though it had entered quite a lot lower towards the hamstring. The other one is, I guess, entangled in those vines still. with a bleeding gunshot wound. They see you coming over, and they
Well, so
Shut up and tell me where she went. And then as I'm doing that, Raj is just clenching his fist, and the vines are just like starting to constrict the one that's on the ground. Oh, and can I also do like Hunter's survival check to look for tracks or footprints to see if I can figure out where she went?
Yeah, give me a survival check. The guy on the entangled guy looks up at you as you're starting to crush him.
never. I'll never tell.
Can I
Does it
just
have, like,
squeeze him to
massive
death?
armor?
You can squeeze him.
Oh,
You can squeeze him.
Can
to
I
death.
just squeeze him to death?
Yeah, you hear a couple of ribs snap, and then his eyes bulge. His tongue goes all fat in his mouth before he just dies a horrible death. An absolutely awful, terrible, grotesque death.
Without looking at the other guy, but like still doing my survival check on the ground to figure out where she went, just kind of talking out the side of my mouth. You can think about whether you'll answer me next.
The other one's just looking up.
Where's the chanter? Who was she?
The other one looks down at his knee and then looks up at you and looks at your bow, looks at the other two.
Nice shot. I'll never tell. You can crush me with your vines.
Orlas walks over and just places his foot on the knee, applying pressure. Listen, I can make this real hard for you. You better start talking, because I ain't gonna kill you like he did.
I stretch the bow back. Don't make me put one between your eyes.
No. Hold on, Crow. I'm gonna take
Bastards.
this nice and slow.
Not the eyes. Not the eyes, Lash. That ends it too quick.
Raja, while you're looking about, it doesn't appear that she did leave the top of this thing. Either, like, at least physically, she didn't like walk or climb off of it. She's either still here or she magically went some sort of short form teleportation door, something like that.
Blood trail at all?
No blood trail apart from the two shots that don't seem to be coming from these two guys. They've got their own pools of blood that are right next to them. There's a couple of splatters of blood and then a few steps, I guess, in this direction.
Okay.
And then
Can I just like physically feel around to see if she's like invisible or blending in with the ground or doing some sort of camouflage bullcrap?
yeah,
Let's
give me
see
an
if we can walk
investigation
around
check
this.
because that's how you sort of try and find somebody who's invisible. Yeah, you do a little bit of an investigation. Bring out like a magnifying glass and start looking about to try and see if you can.
Ratchet just carries a
find-
magnifying glass everywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like she's invisible. She's vanished in some other way. Some form of magical disappearing act, I guess. The guy with the boot on his knee looks up and says,
You'll never catch her. She's far more powerful than any of you.
Try me.
Sandwalker.
Glass is gonna take out a knife and just stab it into his right shoulder.
do you have a knife?
These,
Yeah, I have enough.
Give
these
me-
interrogations, though.
Yeah. It's a little
So
dark.
Kenneth is looking
Vicious.
pretty
Yeah.
lawful good right now.
Yeah. Give me you can roll an attack roll, but just straight give me the damage.
Oh, I don't have it in my attack list. Weapons.
It'll be a dagger, so 1d4 plus dex or strength. Up to you.
Plus.
Three. All right, just checking he ain't fucking because he's pretty beat up. He's not completely and utterly dead, but he is beat up. I just want to check you don't straight up murder him.
He's taken 4 and 3 so far, right?
Yeah, he's still alive. The ninja just you stab him and
Bastards. Naga bastards. Kill me. I'll never tell.
he's sitting there with these wounds. He's just completely pathetic.
I'm
He can't do
gonna
anything.
Pick up some sand and just like rub it, like pour it over the open wounds. Like adding salt to the wound.
Ah! Yeah, he just clenches his jaw.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on the guy so we can torture him longer?
You absolutely can, yeah.
I'm kidding. I don't have Cure Wounds. I just thought it'd be funny.
Oh my god.
Horrific, yeah, but you could. It's absolutely an excellent way to continuously torture someone forever.
Wow.
But yeah, he clenches his jaw. I guess let me just give this guy a little something here. Huh. He dumb. Yep. He's just angry and hateful and in pain every now and then, letting out a shout when you hurt him more.
Can I? I'm gonna grab him by his collar and like pick him up. So I'm looking into his face. Say, what language was she speaking? At least you must know that. And then slap him.
He's gonna hock up a bloody spit and spit it in your face.
I'm gonna headbutt him in response.
All right, give me I guess an unarmed strike, which is just 1 plus your strength. You're gonna hit, so.
Roll 1d4.
You don't even need to roll. I think you just add it together.
Oops.
What is your strength?
Wait. It's 1, but don't I roll 1d4 for unarmed damage?
You do if you're a monk. Everything else is just their strength stat plus 1.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So it's... My strength stat is just a +1, I believe. No, actually, no, it's a 0. My strength is 11, so my modifier is a 0.
Cool, yeah, so you just, boom, you just hit him in the mouth. His lip bursts open, and yeah, you deal 1 damage to him. He's still alive. He's all right. He's fine.
It's like the opening to the Surge. It's just
He
torture
is.
for now.
He is. He's pretty fucked up, but he's just bleeding.
We'll let you live. Just give us a name.
He looks over at you.
I'd lay down my life. Easily. Trade my life.
Spits at your feet. Your human feet.
I'm trying to find... Where is it? Here we go. Wait,
The
no,
Kenku's
that's
turning into puppy monkey baby.
Nasty human feet.
Where is it? Doggone it, I can't find my... There it is, notes from last week. What was the how do you pronounce the name of the princess from the capital again?
Princess Nemissa Leothraxis.
Nemissa, yeah. I'm gonna have when the guy says he'd rather he'd lay down his life. Roger's gonna say, "I already know Nemissa sent you. Who was the other one?"
He cannot hide his shock. Eyes open wide.
What? Never heard of Nemissa.
I'm gonna push him off the edge of the 60-foot rock that we're on.
Okay. He's gonna take 6d6, I think.
He'll be fine. He'll totally be
Will he
fine.
bounce as much as a noblewoman? That's the question.
He's gonna he'll pinwheel a bit and then he'll fall. There's a couple of seconds and then a crunch as he lands kind of sideways on his shoulder and neck and just crumples into the sand below. He is definitely dead. There's a couple of snaps as he lands 60 feet below, dead.
Well, there's an end to that.
I'll turn back to the other two and say, "They're zealots and they're blind. They're not gonna talk." And start tucking the revolver back in behind the clothes where it was hidden before we all started.
You're
I
right. They
noticed,
weren't going to tell us anything.
Do I notice Raja tucking away the revolver?
I
He's
guess
not hiding it. You
yeah.
you can clearly see me putting it away. It's not hidden.
Hold on a minute. What's that you got there?
This.
Yeah.
Pull it back out. Took it off a robber in my tent several months back. He just hands it over, like with the handle facing Carlias.
Well, you ain't. Should I do an investigation on it first?
What are you trying to find out?
Just to see the quality of it.
I mean, you would probably just know. I feel like you can just. You're already a gunslinger. I mean, the quality is only subjective to Fairlight anyway, so you can work it out.
It's weather worn, like it's got sand and a little bit of rust on it, but mostly just around the edges and not near the functional parts. So it will fire accurately. It just looks really beat up, probably several years old, seen quite a bit of use.
Well, doesn't seem like you've been taking much care of the thing.
To be fair, it wasn't in the best of conditions when I took it off of its previous owner. That, and I haven't the foggiest where to start with such things.
Well, when we're next in the city, I'll have to drop by some people I know. Try and upgrade the thing. Their stock's all rusted. I'll see what I can do, if you want.
Of course. More
Hand it
tools
back
for the job.
I spin it around and hand the handle back to you.
I'm gonna try and spin it around, but drop it and like catch it midair and then put it away.
Yeah. I guess you guys can head towards the train, which is probably starting to like pick up speed a little bit towards where you guys actually are. You can relatively easily climb back down and jump back on. Like, I'm not going to move the whole train. I don't think I can be asked to move everyone in the train. So, we'll just theater of the mind it. You will see the train like starting to move a lot closer now as it picks up speed. Kenneth at the helm, Arden behind, maybe shoveling a little bit of coal. I don't know. Someone needs to do it.
Yeah, I've probably explained to Arden now what exactly has to be done to get it going.
Yeah, no worries. I just start shoveling like tons of coal into it.
Yeah, just way too much. This thing starts going hyper fast, and once it hits,
Throw the box in
80
there.
miles an hour, it will go back in time.
Oh my god.
88 miles an hour. When this train hits 88 miles.
Yeah, this thing might only go 18.
Yeah, and everybody, I guess, can quite easily jump on before this thing starts to pick up speed and
Just slowly going a mile per hour. Hurry!
Yeah. And you can all jump back onto the train. Is there anything you guys want to do? Because I'm happy to just let you travel through the night. Essentially take a rest while you're on this train. You're pretty safe, and you've got 8 hours before anyone else wakes up. So if there's anything you want to do, you can. If not, then you can essentially
Make sure
take a
everybody's
long rest.
okay out of the teammates.
Rasha
That's
doesn't
what
know the whereabouts of the box, so immediately on jumping back on the train, who has the box?
I'll just kind of walk around. If he comes up to me, that's one thing, but I won't say it immediately.
Yeah.
Carlias is gonna check over the sleeping passengers for any ticket information.
So wait, I jump on the train in the room with all of them, say, "Where's the box?" and no one answers me.
No one does anything.
I'm just shoveling coal the whole time.
I just
I'm
cock
gonna
an eye and say, yes, where is the box?
Perception check to see if I can spot it.
I guess so. Yeah, go for it. Where is the box?
Is it like in your bag, or are you just carrying it under your arm? Or
It's probably in my bag.
If it's in the bag, that'd be probably
I
quite
just
hard to
tossed it in
find. So I guess, is it hanging out of the bag? Is it easy to find or difficult to find? Because I don't know how to set a
I
DC.
popped it in there. It wasn't with any real thought, so.
I'd say on a 13, maybe you can spot a corner then. You see Arden's got it in a bag. He's just busy.
is that the box?
Oh, the box. Oh, yes. Yeah, over there. And I'll just point to the bag and keep shoveling coal. We really should be a little bit better about paying attention to the box. We all just forgot about it. It could have ended up in anybody's hands.
I was busy dealing with a giant sand monster.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, well, you know. And I just look over at Jay's character. Wink. for no real reason.
Can I? Do I notice the wink?
Deception versus perception, I guess.
Oh, no, I'm not doing it overly.
Oh, then yes.
Yeah.
What are you two up to?
No, nothing.
Nothing. It's
You
train has to move. It's
I'm actually gonna physically like go to take the box from him or at least like try to grab it from his bag.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, just to check and make sure he didn't open it. Like looking at the
God.
seal on the front of the box.
Yeah, it's
Please
still
don't mess anything else up in there. And just keep shoveling coal.
Does anyone have any
I'm
water?
going to hang on to this just in case.
do we have water? I think I have a water
Don't look
skin.
at me.
Uh,
Look at the
yeah.
cleric.
I think you all have a water skin,
I'll just point the shovel at the
except
cleric
for
that's
except for
knocked out.
Lash. Lash doesn't have a water skin.
Jay, didn't you buy water and ale last week?
Doesn't
think you
every
did.
I
like
did.
I think you bought
Yeah.
like 5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There should be water in the cabin behind us if it hasn't been disrupted by the people dying.
that and all of the
Thank
like
you.
Might be
dungeon
sandy.
pack.
Sorry.
I was gonna say like the dungeon pack or explorer's pack or whatever you have that starts with that 50 feet of rope. I think all those have a water skin in them.
Oh, great. Okay.
They're not as
I have
full as a.
purposefully removed Lash's magic.
Okay, got it.
Because she's
Gotcha.
asking for water, so she's the only one that doesn't have it now.
What were you three doing up there? What was your purpose? What happened?
Checking on the woman who summoned the sand monster, but she vanished before I could climb up there.
And
Did you
the
not
scream?
see her? Did you not see her? The woman with the raven armor,
Well,
whatever
yes.
it was.
But I had to get this going and forwards or backwards or whichever direction we want to go.
Well, we discovered nothing.
So we don't know who she was, who sent them. Nothing.
She was already gone, and the other two are blinded by some sort of zealotry or religious level of loyalty. I don't know. They refuse to talk.
Should have. Bring them back here next time. I'll deal with them.
Well, we better get moving then. We gotta get to a city.
Tug on the whistle.
Yeah.
Full steam ahead. Oh.
I'm gonna like leave the room, but kind of casually put an arm on Carlias's back and kind of push him the same direction, like without saying anything, just kind of like, come here,
Sure.
as I like walk back into the cabin.
Huh? What's up?
Those two are up to something. They're exchanging weird glances. I'm starting to wonder if they were sent to watch us.
Well, the one, I'm pretty sure he killed that, one of the civilians.
The wizard? Yeah, he
Yeah.
threw her body off the train. I think we all saw that, but it doesn't matter. The other one's who makes me nervous.
The other one,
The giant thing, the cleric.
I don't think he'll be a problem.
Something's off. He's not paying attention. He's busy playing with people's clothes and whatnot, and even in there, while I'm talking about the box, he's... I don't know. Don't let them handle the box. Oh, me and you, only ones that touch it from here on out.
Sounds like a plan. Here, let me, help me out finding, some ID and stuff.
What do you mean?
Well, we need ID when we get to the city. I can forge some notes and stuff, but I gotta make it all for the team.
Is there any kind of like actual official ID on this continent that we would already have, or no?
I mean, it depends if you're a criminal, I guess. In terms of Carlias, if he's like a known criminal, then he'd want fake IDs and papers to say that he's someone else. If you're a magic user, then you need to be sanctioned by the Emperor or like the city, by the Crimson City, as a government, which is essentially being a wizard. It's possible that the guards would ask who you are and then ask to see any official papers, but really the only people that carry and no one's got an ID card. Some people have papers, scrolls of pedigree and things like that if you're a noble, documents to prove who you are if you've got a particular profession or you're part of a particular guild that is above board.
Who's dressed the best, like has the fanciest clothing in the cabin at the moment?
This guy that was maybe no, actually probably this guy that was with the woman. He was
this guy
one.
where? Do we have lights on in the
Yeah,
train?
we don't-
Can turn the
we don't have
Can we
lights.
turn the lights? Can we turn
You
the
don't
lights
see
back on
anything?
yet?
I'm gonna
No.
press a button and turn on the lights.
Turn on the lights in the train so I can see what's going on.
There's like lanterns in the train. Do you not see though on the map?
No.
I think was
Sure.
it this guy? If you were pinging something, I couldn't see it.
Can you guys see now? I've got vision. You
I
guys-
only have vision in a tiny little ring around my character.
Oh yeah, same. Yeah.
Me as well.
What about now?
Oh,
There
okay,
we go.
Yeah,
Good.
that's better. So I was pinging the this guy that was here.
Okay. Raja will, I guess, search through his pockets and such to see if he has ID or letters or anything like that.
Sure. What you find is, you'll find a scroll of pedigree, which means that he's a noble, probably a relatively well-known noble of some sort. His name, I think it's La France, but I can't remember.
The wife was La France. Yeah.
It's La France.
Yeah.
It's La France. So this man's name is Wilford
He looks like a La France.
Wilford LaFrance.
Look at that mustache.
No.
France.
My shemagh, come back. It's falling off again.
Wilford LaFrance, Sir Wilford LaFrance. Probably not, because knights are a whole different thing here, because it's not England. Wilford LaFrance, he's a nobleman out of Sin River. Pretty much
if he's
all it would say is that Wilford LaFrance and then Sin River, I guess.
Would
and
I-
then some
would I
cool
just-
jargon.
Would I just recognize him being from my hometown?
I don't know if he's that famous. He's
Okay.
just one of the richer types. He probably, I guess. Give me a history check. Just give me a dice roll. Let's see if you know anything about him. Anyone else from Sin River? Carlias isn't. Bam. Oh yeah, you know
Same.
about Wilfrid LaFrance.
Yeah, that.
You remember now.
Of course.
Wilfred.
How could I have forgotten?
Wilfrid LaFrance is married to, I think her name was Madame LaFrance. And the two of them made a lot of money in the brothel trade and then went on to make a bunch more money in lots of other different dealings once they had made that initial investment. And suppose, like, they're quite old. This guy looks like he might be, like, approaching 60, which is still relatively old in Dust Vale. People don't live that long. And they're in like a Dust Vale form of retirement, in that they just potter about. Not 100% sure why he would be on a train and leaving Sin River, because that's where his fortune is and his presumably like his mansion and stuff like that. But yeah, he's as close as retired as you really get. Their brothel would have been sold on probably to someone in House Naga, but he's not associated with House Naga or any of the. He's not publicly associated with any of the more dodgy dealings of the darker side of House Naga. He's more above board, wealthy.
And I think I accidentally met it. I don't know that Jay killed her and threw her off. I know she was thrown off the train, but I don't know he did it. So whenever Carlias said that earlier, I guess Raja would have just given him a confused look. And then see this guy. Would I have recognized that was his wife being thrown off the train?
Probably quite hard to immediately recognize who it was specifically. Like, although you know who this guy is, I would say you probably recognize his name more than his face. So you probably won't recognize Madame LaFrance either. But you would assume that he would be with her. It's weird that he's by himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna say based on just a low intelligence roll, Raja doesn't put it together and realize that was his wife on the side of the train. So he'll turn to Carlias and say, "Hey, this guy, he's rich, runs the biggest whorehouse in Sin River. Might come in handy." And then like hand over his whatever he was carrying to Carlias.
Yeah, I'll take it and.
But
Can
he's going to wake up though. So whatever you're going to do it quickly.
Yeah, we should have a few hours. Carolice is gonna forge documents, like from what he's given me.
Cool. Give me a forgery roll or whatever it is on your thing. I didn't have a minor stroke there. I did try and say forgery.
What would it come under? Thieves' tools or?
I feel like we would have added it to your sheet. If we didn't, then that's weird. Are you proficient in it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, all my
From
shit just
the-
crashed. No, it didn't. There we go.
Wouldn't you just click on the forgery kit?
No, we don't have it. Do you
Oh.
own a forgery kit or are you proficient?
I remember we said I had one, but all my items are not added in. I only have.
Yeah, but like owning a forgery kit and being proficient with the forgery kit are two different things.
I remember we said he had one.
Just
'Cause
that you
he's
have one.
Bounty hunter, background and stuff.
All right, then you just roll a d20.
D20.
12. That's how good it looks. Maybe a little bit shaky writing due to the train. Some of the inks don't match. The fine inks that they use to write a scroll of pedigree and prove people maybe don't match perfectly. You might have had to find some dodgy wax for the seal, and then you've had to copy the image of the seal on the scroll to try and match perfectly. It's not bang on dead perfect, but it looks passable at a glance. If anybody investigates and looks at it properly, it might not hold up to like full scrutiny, but passable. Definitely, like mates, it says matchable if you kind of just go, oh yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. Look sideways and squint. Yeah. Which one do you put back on him?
Actually,
I feel like I just implanted something that I didn't mean to, just because I just assumed.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Whoops, DM, too much power. You have a bolt of inspiration. There you go. It's not an actual inspiration point, but you just think of something from nowhere.
hey, Raja.
Mhm.
What do you think I should do? The real one back on him or the fake one?
You said this process took like 3 hours or something, right?
For him to do that,
The forgery thing.
I think it'd probably only take about an hour, maybe.
Okay. Well, he's having to wake Raja up. Then he's lying down on this bench right here, with the box as his pillow, and then like his red turban and wraps as a pillow, like on top of the box, and he's just passed out on the bench.
Sure.
Raja.
Hmm?
I'm just gonna
What?
nudge him awake.
What is it?
Should I put the real one back on him or the fake one?
Can I hold him side by side and see if I can tell them apart?
Yeah, give me an investigation check. You can tell them apart in pretty much the same way as I described.
He's not likely to look at. But I'm gonna hand Carlias the real one. Say, you keep that, and then take the fake one and roll it up and go put it on the guy.
Cool. Yep, add that to your inventory. Wilfred
He's-
Lafrance's scroll of pedigree. Or like
He's not-
treasure or something.
He's not likely to pull out and carefully investigate his own document, and anyone at the city we're going to will probably recognize him. They may not even ask him for his papers if they recognize him.
Sounds like a plan.
And even if they do, they have no idea that we have it.
Well, let's hope we don't get interrogated.
Just don't get us invited to the same party as him at the same time.
Guess we'll see what parties there are at Windy Peaks. During this hour, Kenneth, Arden, and Lash. Lash, are you even on the train? Did we leave?
I am. So I went off to.
Oh, you're in the
I
cargo
I
area,
found
yeah.
one of those waters, and then I went to take a nap in the back there.
Oh, so you're just having a nice old sleepy.
Yeah, I'm snoozing.
Cool, you're in the cargo bay.
I am. Yeah, between the
Sleeping.
crates there. Yeah,
There's
my
there's
beak tucked in.
A sweet sound of like bird song. Arden and Kenneth, are you doing anything in this hour in particular?
Yeah, would I have to stay at the helm here the entire time, or can I can we just kind of like overfill it with coal, keep it on a like a autopilot speed, like cruise control?
It's not generally done. This is not future
Okay.
tech.
Okay.
You can try, but it's not that easy. You have to do a lot of fiddling with the speed to keep. If you
Okay.
go too fast, this thing's just gonna fucking fall apart or fucking fall off the rails. If you go
If he
too
starts
slow, then you're just
fidgeting a lot,
wasting your
I
time.
can take over. I know how to. I can. Look at this. This is easy. I'm sure I can
Is it?
drive the train.
It's not that
And I'm
easy.
just. I'm
Don't
just gonna
drive
give
it.
him I'll drive it.
I will be right back though. Just keep shoveling. Tell me if the driver wakes up, and I'll be back in moments. I'm gonna go to Carlias and Raja, assuming they're still there.
Sure.
I'm gonna take out my ridiculously plumed hat that I had.
God.
I'm gonna puff out my chest, and I'm just start kind of like fingering some of the buttons, not pressing them, but just kind of trying to figure out what's going on.
Sure. Roll me
Did I-
3d20s.
Yes. Did I find the horn?
You press 3 buttons or you pull 3 levers. One of them shuts the light off, and then you're just in the dark in front of you.
Cool. I'll turn it back on.
Another one does something you don't know, and then another one you
fine.
think might be the thing that's making the train go faster and slower, because there's like a definite change. Not like huge. It's not like, oh, the brakes are on. Fuck. It's just like, oh wait, hang. Is this slowing it down? It feels like that's slowing it down.
Push it up a
And-
little bit.
Yeah, you crank it a little bit.
Just a little bit.
All right. Yeah, it starts to speed up.
And
Does it
just
look
puff
like
out my
this?
chest and feel pretty
Just a-
proud of myself.
Just a little bit, yeah. It's going a little bit quick, but there is a lot of coal in here. Yeah. Okay. Kenneth, you feel as you step into the car, the train kind of like change a little, slow down a little, and then maybe speed up a little bit. It's got to be fine. It's fine.
Are these two sleeping or?
I feel like you just
guys-
catch Raja, like maybe tuck something into like a random person's thing or
Okay.
whoever it was that did it, Carlos.
Yeah. To La France, right?
To the front, yeah, but I guess
Okay,
that they're
yeah.
both awake and you probably
Yeah.
would arrive around this
Um,
time.
Is he alive?
Of course he's alive.
The France?
Looks like everyone's still asleep here.
Okay.
They're all still out from the effect of the what was the weed called from last week?
Devil's Cren.
Devil's Kren, yes.
Devil's Kren. They're all still out from the Kren.
I need to speak with him when he wakes up, if that's okay.
He'll probably not be awake for another 6 hours.
Yes, I just have to drive the train. I've figured it out. We should be arriving by the time they wake up, hopefully. But we should maybe try to rearrange things and everybody stow away back in the other compartment before the conductor wakes up. And not tell them what happened.
There's gonna be like blood on the floor from like multiple ninjas and our own wounds everywhere, right? Well, if you feel like cleaning up all of this and trying to pretend it didn't happen, then go for it. I'm just going to tell them that the train was attacked and we fended it off.
I hope they don't blame us.
Why
Are we going to
stay
explain?
around if we attack the train?
Say that again.
Claire said, why do you think we'd stick around if we attack the train?
We could lie. Anybody could be lying.
Or how long does it take? Like how far is the destination to? Or like what's the typical runtime of the train to Windy Peaks?
Like a day and a half. So you probably get there dusk the next night or just before dusk.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we have like a whole another day's ride.
You got like a whole 24 hours, yeah.
Okay. Well, if I don't feel like trying to stow away on this train for an entire day pretending that this didn't happen. If they don't like the story, well, it's just one gnome. How tough can you be?
He can use magic. That's a thing. So
Do I detect a hint of sarcasm, old man?
no, he can actually use magic.
And
Okay, I
I
will.
mean, we did just go up against a titan of sand. What is one gnome gonna do?
Let's hope we don't find out.
Carlos is gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm walking away.
All
I'm
right,
gonna go
cool.
sleep in the front.
You're going to sleep.
Or
Well,
Raj is
like-
just.
I'm gonna rest, and I guess we'll work out with Arden and I to take small shifts to wake each other up or something.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know how
Oh
a
yeah.
conductor would do
I forgot. As he's walking away, Raja would probably say, "By the way,
Hmm.
do you know how to operate the train?"
Yes, 100%. If percentages exist, absolutely.
Is there math in this world?
That's good. At least now we don't have to wait for the driver to wake up and lose another 6 hours.
I'll let him take over when he wakes up, but I've got it stable, unless Arden fucks it up.
If anything, they'll be grateful that we kept the train operating after the attack. I don't think they're going to try and kick us out.
He's hoping. Should be fine though.
Arden, roll me an intelligence check.
fuck.
Just a normal check.
Oh no! Oh no!
If the train conductor guy gets up and wants to wrestle me for it, I'm driving the train. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you don't really know what you're doing with this train, like, at all.
Nope.
It's, like, very, like, I think this one might do this based on just, I think.
Okay.
And then maybe that
Stay
does
up.
that.
I am not going to sleep. I'm going to stay up the entire night until the driver wakes up then. I will suffer a point of exhaustion if that's what it comes to.
Sure, you're going to need to make some water for it soon, Kenneth.
I have Ray of Frost.
And
Would
that's
Ray
where
of
we
Frost-
go to a break. Yeah,
Fuck!
sure. We're gonna it needs water, and you got a crit, so I'll let you have that info. But it's now like the coal is making the water hot, which makes the train go. Just nice and simple way of approaching
But
it,
there's
which is the
no
way it
more
works.
water.
And yeah, it's running out of actual steam for this steam train. But we'll find out what they do about it after the break. See you in a couple of minutes. Go for a little break. Go grab yourselves a nice pile of steaming coal water. Sauna. Have a sauna. Go to a sauna, and we'll see you in a few.
Go to a sauna.
No, I have one downstairs in my house.